Yes, it is Wednesday, and of course that means we always check in with the KHQA Garden to see how things are going. It's a little chilly out here today, but you know what? At least it is not raining just yet. Joining me today, we have another master gardener, and it's always fun from the University of Illinois Extension as they kind of bring them on board and they teach us, and we try to teach you the proper way to plant things. And today, it's all about container planting, right, Robin?
Yes, it is. When we use a container, it saves space, and a lot of times it can increase the yield. And in this instance, we're going to show how to grow our potatoes. Potatoes are a very staple diet. What's really important is you want to get something certified so that you have a blight-resistant potato, and you know that it's disease-resistant. These are potatoes that I got out of my own potatoes, and I let them sit so that I could show people what we're talking about. This has gone too long, and I don't use the potatoes from home because you do not know if they're disease resistant, and again,
you just buy them from the store. You don't know if they're organic, if they're grown at the right place.
That's right. And it's when we do it that way, we're not getting true to the origin of the plant.
Okay.
It's just
so you go ahead and get the certified.
Yes, I buy seed potatoes, certified seed potatoes. In this instant, I got them from Camp Point Seeds in Camp Point. And what I'm doing is I'm looking for the eye. That eye is your plant material. And then what I've done is I've cut some of it off and I let it sit for 24 hours. But in this case, I also jiggled it a little bit in lime, because what that does is it gives it a nice surface. If I would have just put it in there,
so you're literally
just laying it in there.
Now, is it important to keep it about 3 or 4 inches apart from each one?
Yes, it is. I figure I can get about 5 in here, maybe one in the middle too.
So you're going to put 5 of these. Were they already cut up when you got them?
No, they're just like this. That's why I wanted to show that. But I like to cut mine and let them sit and dry a little bit.
For 24 hours?
Yes, because I feel that way I get less chance for any types of disease.
Okay. So we put 5 in here. Now what do we do next?
Now what we're going to do is actually I put 6. I put 1 in the middle. And then all I'm going to do, I already put in this container about 5 or 6 inches in soil, and I've also drilled several holes in the bottom and around.
Is that for drainage?
That's for drainage, because a potato does not like to sit in the water, Tegan, and it's going to rot. Okay. If I had put in a fresh cut potato, then I would have attracted cutworm, potato cutworm. Then I'm just going to sprinkle on top.
So now we're lightly covering them.
Yep, that's all we're going to do. I'm going to need probably another one of these.
Okay.
You got it?
Oh,
I don't want to get too dirty now.
Oh, that's okay. We're good.
We're going to cover this lightly so that it can take root. Now, a potato grows down. It does not grow up. What happens is the green will start coming out. And then as the green goes up, it shoots out, and that's where the potato comes from, because it's a root crop. It's a tuber that will grow off the root. And so as that green starts to go up, I'm going to add more soil. And as I do that, more of those side shoots will go, hence increasing my yield.
So you get more when you plant in a container like this.
That's right. And I love potatoes because they're like people, you know, the ones that are shy and they stand back in the crowd, those are the hesitators. You know, the ones that always have something to say, they're the commentators.
Wonderful. Well, great. So we planted here, and then we're going to actually head over to our garden because we have some sprucing up to do in there.
Yes, we do.
So we will do that in the next segment here of the KHQA Garden. We'll be back right after. Yes, we are in the KHQA Garden with Robin Walker here. She is a master gardener with the University of Illinois Extension, and we've already planted some things in our garden a few weeks ago, and now it's time to tend to them.
Yes, it is. What we have here are some peas, and they like to grow up on this trellis, and as you can see here, we have our tendrils grabbing them.
Already latched on.
Yes, but they're kind of thick, Tegan, and if they get thick, then the plant can't grow and reach maturity and give us a good yield. So we need to do some thinning.
So it's okay to thin them out?
Oh, sure. I'm going to take a couple alternates here and there. We should have done it probably a little bit earlier.
Okay.
I always think it's fun when you see the seed.
I don't know. Yeah, can you see that?
How it grows. What's even more important, though, is for us to tend to the radishes here.
Okay. And how do you tend to radishes? Obviously, the peas you just pull out and thin them out.
Right. And that's the same thing. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to pull these.
So you pull out the littlest ones?
Yes. And we should have done it I probably should have tended to this last week a little bit more.
Okay.
But these are going to crowd the ones that are growing, and you can see this one is, I'm gonna harvest that one.
Okay.
That's a good one to harvest.
Hey, this is our first harvest, Robin. In the KHQA Garden, the first thing.
These 3 were real close together.
Now, can you replant those?
Well, you probably could, but usually when you
don't want to.
when you disturb them, they're probably not going to
Okay.
take. But what's important,
Oh, what is that?
that is a caterpillar.
Okay.
And I thought maybe it was a tomato hornworm, but I can't tell. He's really young, but we still don't want him here because he's going to eat our leaves and stuff. So we'll put him somewhere where he can enjoy
So it's important
it.
to kind of weed out the
Yes.
little ones so that the big ones can flourish.
Yes.
We also wanted to touch on pruning just a little bit.
Yes, yes. Pruning, what's very important, I want to remind everybody, is that your beautiful spring shrubs need to be pruned. Anything that blooms before June 15th needs to be pruned, you know, pretty well after it's done flowering.
So the lilac's probably here pretty soon.
Yes, because what's going to happen is these early shrubs that flower early, they set their buds for next year in the early fall, and if you trim them too late, what you're doing is you're knocking off a lot of flowers.
Oh, and we won't have as much next year,
yes.
right?
And that's one of the most common questions we get. Why did my shrub not bloom? And that's why. It's because of improper pruning techniques.